question I get more than any of all the questions I get is like, how can I help a loved one?
Yeah, well, that's a tough one.
It's a fairly tough one, isn't it?
Yeah. So sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
You know, it's like everything else. I had to want to stop. It had to come from me. You know, someone might say to me, and no one did. My wife did, but apart from that, no one else did. No one else knew that I was drinking the amount I was drinking. But you know, even if she said, "Look, you're drinking like that," so the more if you get someone around you who knows that you've got a problem, you kind of distance yourself from them because you don't want them to know, and you're so much in denial. If that makes sense, you relate to that?
100%. I think of it as like the addiction is defending itself. Like it's like, metaphorically speaking, it's like a shield of armor that is protecting you. And if anyone's trying to take your shield off, well, you're going to distance yourself. You're going to get angry. You're going to defend that position, or the addiction is going to defend that position.
Yeah, no, that's it. The addiction defends the position that you've got, and then so you know, by just keep constantly saying it, generally an addict will remove themselves from that situation because they're scared. There's so much fear, and there was fear, and I was scared, and I was fearful. If it's a loved one, hopefully they reach out to you and they say, "Look, I need help," like I did. But it has to come from them.
Yeah.
You know, and I've seen people try to get family members in treatment or to recovery programs.
Doesn't work. Doesn't work.
And that's really hard. And you know, I've seen mothers not let their sons back into their house when they're homeless. And that sounds, I can't even imagine it, how brave a thing that is. But I've heard sons say that was the best thing that's ever happened to him.
That was again, chatting to Anna Lemke about this, and she said, like, we kind of talked about it together. It's like, you need to facilitate safe consequences. But the person in addiction needs to know, like, if you're homeless and you keep on getting another chance by the parents or whatever, well then it's a crutch, you know. But if you realise there's no going back here, like this is the end, this doesn't work anymore, that will give you a chance to hit your rock bottom. I like using the word rock bottom because I think it can be a bit of a cliche, and not everyone has to hit rock bottom, but you have to hit an edge where it's just too much, and that gives you the chance of recovery.
No, I agree. And rock bottom for me as well, you know, I don't know what rock bottom is. Rock bottom for some person is not the rock bottom for someone else, you know. I've heard rock bottom stories of people in crack houses and, you know, doing all sorts of stuff and have no money, whatever, and doing all sorts of stuff that they have to do to get money to buy crack, and that wasn't their rock bottom.
Yeah, some people don't